Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and today I'm going to be doing a project share and a quick tutorial on how I created a little box for one of the dies from ScrapDivaDesigns. So this is a guest design project share. Sorry that I haven't posted in a while. I was actually bedridden. I was so sick, and I slept for like a whole week straight without, I basically was RIP in my bed. I couldn't do anything. I was done. I don't know. So I had to take a pause from just everything. So I am trying to, catch up. I'm gonna go ahead and showcase the two dies that I used on this project. The main one is this camera mini album die, and I actually didn't really make I don't know if this was considered a mini album, but it's a place to hold some photos, and I actually love how it turned out. This is my all-time favorite project that I made out of all the dies. I love all the dies, but the one project that came out, something that came out not even planned. It was more so I made it and then it came out way better than I expected. So that's why I love it so much too. But I will be showing you guys what I did with it and then how I created the box for it. There's plenty of ways to do it, but this is how I made mine. And then I also am going to be showing you guys this pinwheel die. I am going to do another project share with this because I did use it on another project as well, but that'll be in a separate video because I'm still finishing the project that I'm working on with it. So I will be showing you guys that one as well. I did combine another design team item because I did use one of her dies for another design team project for Buttons Galore and More, and I used it on this, so it's kind of like a twofer. So anyway, here it is. It's a cute camera box filled with photos, and because I embellished like crazy on my project, I mean, if you guys know me, I love dimension. It did kind of expand a little bit on the top part, but I don't mind that. It's for my personal I guess entertainment in a sense, because it has photos of Chris and I before we had kids. It was right before I found out I was pregnant with Kalea. We went to Disneyland, so I have some photos in here of that. But this is where I used the pinwheel. I actually just used it to decorate the camera, and I used some Buttons Galore and More jewels, and I kept the back blank because I'm gonna just put a little handmade by, and then I'm going to put the year that I made it. And this is the back of the pinwheel. And I did use a minty colored straw. And this is how the front came out. I did make the little lens cap right here, or the lens, sorry, a shaker, which her die does allow you to do. So you can actually make a shaker, and you can choose to use the heart or the actual lens, the circle. So it's up to you. I did choose to use a heart because since it's Chris and I thought it'd be really cute to use that. And then I did use some sequins and jewels and stuff inside of it. So I don't know if you guys can see the rhinestones and stuff that are in here, but I used some Buttons Galore and More sequins and jewels. And then I just decorated it. It does also actually come with this cute little circle. So for the flash part right here, I actually used a button, but she does have a die. I did have actually something glued in here, and I pulled it off. And I chose to use a flower button because I thought it was really cute. I did use the little, there's a little, let me show you. I have extra pieces in here that I didn't end up using, and I want to keep it. But you get this little starburst type thing here, like the flash. Sorry if you hear Kalea playing on the iPad. And I did use that with some of this rose gold looking foam, but I tore it off and I used the button, and I love how the button looked on there because I think it went well with the garden party collection. And then here I did add some little tiny heart stickers on the insides of the hearts, they do get cut out. This is just the layering piece. You get two different pieces. You get the layering piece and the backing piece. So the backing is this dark, like bubblegum pink color, and then I did a pattern paper on top. And then I did use some Mylar for the this part right here, this open part, which is the one where you look through. So anyway, this actually, I was supposed to remind myself to put hot glue on it, which I will off camera, but it just says adventure. Okay, so that says adventure right there. And yeah, I just love how it turned out. Very simple. I just used a sticker on here and then, well, a couple stickers, and then I added some jewels on the outer edges. And then the fun part about this is it does have the little strap here, the camera strap, as well. Is this, did I put this on backwards? Oh no, I think it just flipped. Oh yeah. So I added that here on the side. It's like a bubblegum pink grosgrain ribbon, 1 inch from Walmart. And I thought that was so cute. I love how that turned out. You guys, I've had all these projects done, most of them done before Mother's Day. I just have not been able to edit or get up or do anything. So, yeah, I'm finally sharing them with you. But this is what it does. So here I have like this pink polka dot acetate that I've had in my stash for years, like so long. I don't even remember where I got it. And what I did was I actually made it into a little, because it's acetate, it just flings open and it actually will close as well, like this. For the closure part though, I added something that you can slip this into, but you don't need it because with acetate it actually just stays like this, and then you could just slide it out. That's optional. You don't have to have this. You can even have it just wide open, but I thought it added a really cute, like kind of like a purse. It looks like a little purse. When you open it, it looks like this. I actually wanted to use this side of the acetate, and I put the glue on the wrong side. So I ended up having to use the darker side. But it still turned out really cute. Sorry for the glare. So inside, these are my favorite. These actually turned out way better than I expected. I thought I was going to stress them, but I actually had so much fun. So let me take them out. So these are little Polaroids of Chris and I at Disneyland. And what I did was, I already had these printed out and I just never knew what to do with them. I was going to make a mini album, and instead I used it for this little why did I say Christmas? Camera, like holder. So this is a picture of him and I, and all I did was I just decorated it with the collection. So I used chipboard, I even used the floral stickers, I added some buttons, sequins, rhinestones, and then I did use acetate, so it is actually shiny. It looks like a actual photo. Well, I guess they are actual photos. What I mean is like a cover. And I did use some of the clear stickers from the sticker book as well. And even the puffy stickers. I try to use everything from the collection. And I did do stitching on every single piece to glue down the acetate, because I hate gluing down acetate, so I always like to stitch it when I can. So I did do mint colored stitching. I don't know if you guys can see the stitching right here, but I did stitch all around the little rectangle piece here. And that's how that one turned out. Let me get these out the way. And then there's this one. So I did some that were landscape, some that were portrait. And this die is actually a Coco and Reno Polaroid die. I don't know if they still have it. I got this a while ago, but what's really cool about it is in the back you can actually have them stand up like this. So I don't know if you guys can see, but they have little flaps on the back. I don't want these to pop out because then it's going to add more bulk to the photos. But did these not turn out so cute? I love how they turned out. Again, I thought I was going to stress them, but I just did all my layering and then I glued them down. Then I added all my sequins and my rhinestones. And then again, like I said, I even added some of those clear stickers from the sticker books. onto there. And here's another one. This is a clear sticker. It says Bloom and Grow, chipboard. And again, I did the stitching. And I did use double-sided paper, forgetting that the whole thing on the inside was going to get covered anyway. So I didn't really need to use double-sided paper. But love how this one turned out. Love those floral buttons, which I've shared on my channel in a haul. Cute. And then the last one. So this one fit 6 photos of the little Polaroid pictures. Again, this is a cocoa and merino dye. And that is with all, like, I mean, some of these are kind of bulky, as you guys can see. So I didn't add any foam, I don't think, but because of the chipboard and everything, it did add some bulk to the photos. But are these not the cutest Polaroid frames? I love how they turned out. I was sleeping on this dye. I made one project with it, like one little frame, and then I forgot about the dye. When I saw this camera, it reminded me that I had it, and I wanted to try to combine the two to make something. And then I remembered I had these photos, and I was like, you know what, let me try to use them and see what I can come up with. So this holds 6 of my Polaroid photos, even though this isn't really a Polaroid camera, but I just thought they turned out cute. So those go inside of this little camera right here. And let me show you guys. So the inside, can you see there's like a little slit right here? So I did that last minute. What's in there? Ooh, a sticker fell off. I need to fix that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to show you guys what I did, because this just slips right into that little thing there, but you don't need it if you're using acetate. So let me quickly do a quick tutorial. I'm not going to decorate it or anything or make a camera. I'm just going to show you guys how I made the box, so that way you guys can see what I did. I'm going to show you 2 different ways that you can make it, because this was, like I said, I didn't plan it. I just started making it, and so I was adding things last minute. So I'm going to try my best to show you guys another way you could do this. Let me just put this inside. So there's that. Okay, so to make the box, we're going to start with the first way that I did it, and that is using this sheet of paper right here. So with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you're going to cut it down to 5 by 8.5. Then you're going to take your paper trimmer and you're going to cut it down to 5 by 7, and you'll see why. Okay, this piece right here, you're going to cut this at 2.5. So you're going to cut it right in half, because it's going to be 5 inches and you're going to cut it at 2.5. And those are going to be your side pieces. I actually used a, because this was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, I cut my pieces down to, 2 by 2.5. Because right now this measures 1.5 by 2.5 inches, but on this box right here, I actually cut it down to 2 inches by 2.5, because I wanted a 1/2 inch to be glued to the front and the back. But if you want to just save paper and use up just the one sheet, this is what you could do. So like I said, I'll just go over with you when we get to that point. But right here, I'm going to grab my scoring thing here. I don't think I really need to use this big one, but oh well. Okay, so you're going to take your 5 by 7 inch piece, and you're going to score this at 3 and 4. And then that is it for that. Then you're going to take your 1.5 inch piece by 2.5 inch pieces, and you're going to score each one at 1/4 inch on each side. Sorry, my desk is quite a mess. So yeah, like I said, 1/4 inch on both sides. And for this piece, if you want to, you can cut this to 2 inches by 2.5 and score at 1/2 inch on both sides, and that just gives you more space to glue, or yeah, like it just gives you more to glue onto the front and back of your box. So if you don't mind the 1/4 inch, keep it as it is. I'm doing this because I'm just showing you guys that you can use just that one sheet of 5 by 8.5 inch piece of paper. But I did cut mine down to 2 by 2.5 inches and scored at 1/2 inch on the 2-inch side. But it's personal preference. I just like to have a I like to have a bigger flap to glue on. So there is those 2 pieces. Alright, so now all you gotta do is fold everything. And I did use 110-pound cardstock for this. I'm just using like 110-pound from Walmart, which is more like printer 110-pound. It's still cardstock, but it's not as thick as the ones from like Michael's and stuff. Alright, so you're going to be left with like this very square U shape. And then all you're going to do is take your 2 pieces and just glue them to the side. So I am going to use hot glue for this because of video purposes. And yes, I left my hot glue gun on because I thought I was going to work on something last night, but got busy because I still need to pack because our check-in, well, I've already started check-in, but we're going to be heading out tomorrow. I mean, we don't live far. We live like 10 minutes away, but, you know, I don't want to have to drive back home while we're there. So I glue the little brand. It's a little tinted. Okay. So just line up the pieces here to one of the ends. Doesn't matter which side you were start on. But like I said, so this is what I mean by having an extra like 1/2 inch. You could choose to cut a piece that's 2 inches by 2.5, and then on the 2-inch side, score it 1/2 inch on both sides. That gives you a 1/2 inch to glue onto both of these here. I like 1/2 inch just because I just know that's going to stay on there since there's more glue. However, if you don't mind the 1/4 inch, then you can just go with this measurement right here. And you only have to use 1 sheet of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on. And just line up the bottom, make sure it's lined up as best as you can. I like to use liquid glue, so that way it gives you a little bit of time. But just glue that down. And then this one right here. Glue this one down as well. Alright. Okay, so there's the box, and then all you do is you create the little camera pieces. So you would cut out the backing piece, which is the one that's not stitched, then you cut out the topper, like the layering piece, and then when you make your shaker and put it all together, then you can glue it onto the box. And I did both front and back. You can choose to do just one side, it's up to you, but Clay is going in and out of the room and her brother's sleeping. But anyway, yeah, so you can go ahead and do that if you'd like after it's made. Now, what I did to make the little piece that you could slide the acetate in, I just cut a piece of paper that is 1/2 inch because this is 1/2 inch up here. So I cut it to 1/2 inch by 6 inches. Yeah, because it's 5 and I did half. So let me cut this down. Kalea! Oh my gosh. Sorry for the background noise, y'all. Alright, so this is 1/2 inch by 6 inches, and then all you're going to do is just literally score on each side at 1/2 inch. And you only need one of these, so like this, fold it. And you could do this before you make your box, but not everyone's gonna want a little flap on top, so you would want to put this on first before anything. And but yeah, you glue this on actually before you put the box together. It's just going to make it a lot easier. I totally forgot this part here for you guys, but I'm just going to use some hot glue and just glue it down so I could show y'all. So you would just glue it to the top of one of the sides, and that would be your front. So anywhere that this little flap or this little opening is, that's going to be the front of your camera, because when you put the cover, bring the cover in to the front, just like this one, right? So that's that. All right. So now, sorry, she has her own little kitchen and she's playing with all her little utensils she's cooking. So there's that way. Now for this one right here, this is in case, like, this is if you want to just make the box without having to cut up a bunch of little pieces of paper. But yeah, this is using a piece of 7 by 7 inch paper. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this and you're gonna score your piece, because it's 7 by 7, doesn't matter. If you're using a piece of pattern paper, which you don't really need because most of it's going to be covered, the only thing you need is on the sides. So you can, you know, cover this up with pattern paper after the fact. But what you would need to do is score on one of the 7-inch sides at 1 and 6, or you can flip it and do 1 and 1. I like to do 1 and 1 to make sure that they're even on both sides. And then on the other 7-inch side, you're going to score at 3 and 4. And the side that is 3 and 4 inches, you're going to take your scoring tool or whatever you're using. You can even use a ruler and a pencil. But you just need to make a mark at the 1/2 inch mark. And if you're going to score, you're only going to score from the 1/2 inch to the 1 inch score that you already have on there. So I'll show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is the 1/2 inch down to the 1 inch. And you're going to do that on both sides here. So I guess we could flip this around. You're going to do it on all 4 sides. So that. And then here on this side, you could just score at 6.5. And then again here, 6.5. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have 4 little 1/2 inch by 1 inch score marks on these sides, because you're going to cut those out to make the little side part right here. Alright, so let me go ahead and let's do this real fast, because the noise is just getting louder. Alright, so fold on everything. I'm not going to worry about creasing up these edges, but you're going to fold this, right? You can already kind of see it coming together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors. I'll just use these. Alright, so you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut that that 1/2 inch mark that you have on all 4 corners. You're going to cut up to the 1 inch. And I'm going to cut to the right side of the score line. So what I mean by that is when you look at your score, you could tell that there's a left or right of the score line. I'm going to cut on the right side of it because it's just going to make it look cleaner. And up to the 1/2, or that 1 inch. And then again, I'm going to cut to the left hand side of this one, the score line, sorry, and cut it out. So you're going to do that to all 4 sides where you scored it. And I'm just showing this way because in case you don't want to do all the little, you know, those little pieces and whatnot. I mean, because then that's just more pieces of paper for you to cut and glue. This, at least, you just need to you know, just cut out little rectangles. She's so cute. Okay. There's that one. Okay, so now you have all 4 corners. Looks like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut, there's a square right here. You're just going to cut those score lines up to the 1 inch, just like this. You can cut this out. You could actually, yeah, personal preference, but you can cut this out if you don't want it because you don't really need it. I use it for extra stability. I haven't made a box like this. This is kind of just coming out of my head. Honestly, before I made this, I just cut a piece of paper that I did in my head, and it's looking like it's coming out exactly how it should. So that's how I work. I don't know, that's how I roll. I don't usually make templates. I used to, but ever since I had kids, there's just no time for that. So yeah, I use it for extra stability. But can you guys see? It literally looks exactly like this. The exact same. So it's up to you. I mean, I don't mind this way. I'm glad that it worked out, but let's go ahead and glue it so that you guys can see it. So the way I do this, when I keep my flaps, I use those, again, like I said, for stability. So I like to sandwich those in between the 2 larger flaps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the little squares to one of the flaps. Doesn't matter which one. I guess I like to have my flaps going towards the back. So if I know that this is the front of my box right here, because they're both the same on each side, then I'm going to, you know, make sure that this gets glued on last because I want it to go towards the back. And that is just so that way it's clean. So if you look in the back right here, these ones right here, you're kind of just open. So if you don't glue it correctly, you're going to be able to see, you know, that open there. But at least right here, even if it's not glued on all the way, in case you miss a spot, it's still going to be flush and look nice. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these to this side here. So I'm literally just going to add glue. I'm so mad I left this on because like it turned brown so quick on the outer edge there. I don't think that's something you can reverse. Once it starts to burn like that, that's it. It's a good thing I bought 2 of those. Okay, so there's that, and then do the other one. So as you guys can see, I'm gluing it on top of the flap. That. So those are glued onto there, and then I'm just going to glue these onto there. So just put glue. Okay. So there you go. And then you just, again, like I said, if you want to do these little, or this little like flap element on here, you would want to glue this 1/2 inch by 6 inch piece on first before putting the box together. But that is basically it. That is how you can make your boxes 2 different ways. If you guys would like to make something like this, you can even make your own Polaroids. You don't have to use a die. All you do is you just measure, you know, the size of this box, which is 5 by 3 inches. I liked this opening just because you could see that there's photos inside, but you don't need it. So you don't really have to cut those 1/2 inches off if you don't want to. You don't have to do all that scoring and stuff. I just think it looks really nice like that. But yeah, so you can make your Polaroids, you know, maybe 2.5 by 4.25 or 4.5 inches, so that way there's some space for them to move around in. And put some photos in there, or do whatever. You can make a little mini album and put it inside of here, and then make a little cover. But that is how the camera little mini album type thing turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that my project share, and you guys will probably see this again in another project share just because it is for Buttons Galore and More as well, because I did, you know, create some of these elements for that project, or for that design team project. So you guys might have to see this again in another video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I will get back to you when I can. Keep an eye out for more of the project shares, because I will try my best to get them out. If I can get a couple out together, then I definitely will. But I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.